Focus on yourself and remain silent. In a world that constantly demands our attention, it has become increasingly rare and incredibly powerful to focus on ourselves and remain silent. At first glance, this might sound like retreating or being passive, but it's quite the opposite. Focusing on yourself and embracing silence is a form of strength. It's a conscious decision to direct your energy inward, to grow, to heal, to build, and to understand who you really are without the noise of external opinions or distractions. It's about choosing peace over performance. Let's break down this chapter into its two main themes, focusing on yourself and remaining silent, and then explore how they weave together to create a fulfilling, purposeful life. Part 1. Focusing on yourself. 1. What does it mean to focus on yourself? Focusing on yourself means becoming deeply aware of your own needs, emotions, thoughts, goals, and values. It's about creating space in your life where your energy is used for self-growth. Rather than constantly being directed toward pleasing others, reacting to drama, or chasing external validation, it doesn't mean you become selfish or ignore your loved ones. Instead, it means you become grounded. You learn to fill your own cup first so that when you do give to others, you do it from a place of love, not depletion. 2. Why it's necessary. Clarity of purpose. When your attention is always scattered across what others are doing, saying, or thinking, you lose sight of your own direction. Focusing inward brings clarity. Emotional stability. You stop depending on outside opinions for your worth. Your self-esteem strengthens from within. Energy preservation. Instead of draining yourself trying to fix everything and everyone, you conserve your energy for what actually matters to your growth. Faster progress. When you stop comparing and competing, you start progressing at your natural pace, and that's when real magic happens. 3. How to start focusing on yourself. Self-reflection. Make time each day or week to journal or think deeply about your actions, goals, and thoughts. Set boundaries. Learn to say no. Protect your time and energy like they are sacred, because they are. Mind your business, literally. Stop getting emotionally involved in things that don't concern you. It doesn't mean you're cold. It means you value your peace. Pursue what you love. Spend more time doing things that light you up, even if nobody understands your passion. Measure progress against yourself. Look at where you were yesterday, last month, last year, not at where someone else is. Part 2. Remaining silent. 1. The power of silence. In a noisy world where everyone wants to be heard, silence can be the most powerful voice. Remaining silent isn't about being passive or weak. It's about having control. It's the calm. Focus on yourself and remain silent. Confidence that you don't need to explain, justify, or prove anything. You're secure enough within yourself to let your actions speak. 2. When silence is golden. During conflict. Not every argument deserves your energy. Silence can be a boundary and a strategy. Often, the loudest person in the room is the most insecure. When you're growing. Not everyone needs to know your next move. Sometimes the best way to build is in silence, far from the pressure and expectations of others. When people doubt you, don't argue, don't try to convince, let your results speak. Silence becomes your confidence. When you're healing. Healing doesn't always need to be shared or explained. Sometimes it needs solitude, reflection, and silence. When others don't understand you, not everyone will, and that's okay. You're not required to shrink yourself for people who refuse to see you. 3. How to practice silence. Limit. Oversharing. Not everyone has earned the right to hear your story, your goals, or your plans. Pause before reacting. When you're triggered or upset, take a moment. Silence gives you space to choose a wise response over an emotional reaction. Observe more. Watch and listen. People reveal themselves through their actions more than their words. Silence helps you see what noise hides. Meditate regularly. Even 5 minutes a day of sitting in silence can ground you and bring deep clarity. Stop explaining yourself. Once you know your truth, you no longer need to convince anyone of it. Part 3. The harmony of the two. Now imagine what happens when you both focus on yourself and remain silent. You become unshakable. Your life starts to move in alignment. You begin to notice how much time you used to waste explaining, justifying, arguing, comparing, and proving. That time and energy can now go into building, healing, learning, loving, and becoming. You don't need applause or approval. You have peace, purpose, and power. Here's what starts to happen when you live this way. You become more intuitive. Silence makes space for your inner voice to be heard. You attract better relationships. People are drawn to those who have peace within. You level up. Quiet work leads to loud results. You stop taking things personally. You realize people's behavior is a reflection of them, not you. You handle challenges with grace. You don't react, you respond. And sometimes you don't respond at all. You keep building. Real-life examples. The artist in hiding. There's a woman who paints every day but shares nothing online. Years later, she opens her first gallery, and everyone is stunned. But what they didn't see were the quiet years of dedication, practice, and growth. She focused on herself and stayed silent, and her work became her voice. The career climber. There's a man who stopped gossiping at work, stopped proving himself in meetings, and instead quietly started taking night classes. A few years later, he lands a promotion that surprises everyone, except him. He'd been preparing in silence. The healer. After a painful breakup, someone stops posting online. They travel, read, go to therapy, work out, and reconnect with themselves. Months later, they return, not bitter, but better. Quiet healing transformed them. Final thoughts? Your energy is sacred. The truth is, not everything deserves your attention, your voice, or your energy. You don't have to fight every battle or attend every argument you're invited to. You don't have to prove your worth to anyone. You just have to know who you are. Focus on becoming better and allow your growth to speak for itself. Silence doesn't mean absence, it means presence. And focusing on yourself doesn't mean selfishness, it means self-respect. The world may not understand at first. They may question your silence. They may call your focus selfish. Let them. You are not here to be understood by everyone. You are here to live in alignment with your truth. So keep your head down. Keep building. Keep healing. Keep growing. Focus on yourself. Remain silent. Let your results do the talking.